Hey everybody, Brett Etheridge here, co-founder of USANA's Thrive team. And in this video, I want to tackle the benefits of USANA's auto order program and really why we should all be taking advantage of it. Now, if you're watching this and you haven't yet set up an auto order for your USANA products, maybe you don't even know what that is, pay attention. I think by the end of this video, you'll have a very clear understanding of exactly why you should be taking advantage of it and what the benefits are. And if you are already on auto order, you may actually learn some things that you maybe didn't even know about this program, which is great. And now you probably fall into one of two categories. You're either a preferred customer of the USANA products, which just means you're using them on a regular basis. You're not doing it as a business. Others of you fall into the category of associate, where you're not only using the products, but you are sharing them with others and earning income for that. If you're just a preferred customer, the first three are going to apply to you. Actually, the first three apply to all of us, whether we're associates or preferred customers, but I just want you to know the fourth point is going to apply specifically to associates, to business builders. So if you're a preferred customer, really pay attention to the first three. If you're curious about point number 4, you can certainly stick around. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. So the way I see it, there are really 4 benefits, 4 major reasons we should be taking advantage of USANA's auto order program. And the first is that there's absolutely no risk to doing so. I mean, literally, there's no cost of enrolling in the auto order program. There's no long-term commitment. It's not like those old CD programs where you used to get one on a monthly basis and you couldn't stop and you could never get a hold of anybody in customer service and your credit card kept getting charged. Like, that doesn't happen with USANA. So there's literally no risk, right? There's no long-term commitment. You can set up alternating auto orders. You know, one of the things I hear sometimes is, yeah, but what if I fall behind? What if I stockpile? What if I have too much stuff? Just pause it, stop it, cancel at any time, or set up an alternating auto order. You know, I have customers who maybe they'll get their vitamins one month and then maybe it lasts them for a couple months. And so the next month they get their food products and then they kind of alternate so that they never have too much of any one thing. And the final thing from a no risk standpoint is, you know, every once in a while somebody says, oh, Brett, I'm so nervous about having my credit card on file or something like that. Guys, those days are over. I mean, USANA is locked down. USANA at the time of the recording of this video is almost 24 years old. And never once in 24 years, and they've been doing billions of dollars of sales and transactions, 0 times have they ever had their systems compromised, ever had credit cards stolen, hacked. They're not going to be charging you if you're not ordering anything. So literally, I don't want you to be scared of that. No risk to getting set up in USANA's auto program. Instead, only benefits. Right? So the other reason, really the second reason you should be participating in auto order is for compliance reasons, for results, because you need to be using these products long term. Guys, it's nutrition. It's not a pharmaceutical drug. It's not Excedrin. Like, you don't get a headache and say, oh, I'm going to go take some Excedrin, and a couple hours later you expect to feel better. It's not like, oh, I don't have any energy, or my joints hurt, or I'm 50 pounds overweight. Let me give these USANA products a try. Like, let me try them for a month and see if they actually work for me. This is nutrition. This is your lifestyle. This is your long-term lifestyle plan. These are products that you should be using twice a day, every day for life. And not to get lost in the science of it, but guys, your body is a miracle. And you have billions of cells regenerating every single hour. And those cells have basic needs. And they need certain vitamins and minerals and cofactors. And we need to be supplying that all the time. Not like, let me try it for a couple weeks and see if I like them. Let me commit. Let me get these into my body, because think about that. That may sound like a lot of billion cells, but if you have 100 trillion cells, it could take upwards of a year for certain body organs and functions to completely regenerate. Did you know your skeleton is completely regenerated every couple of years? Did you know your skin, regenerates every few months? And so you need to give it time. If you're dealing especially with chronic issues or things that may take a little bit longer, you got to get this in your body. I always tell all of my customers, commit to this for at least 6 months. And the best way to do that is to get on auto order. You know, we work with a lot of athletes, professional athletes, Olympic athletes, and I was talking to one just the other day, and he said, I get all of my supplements on auto order. I said, that's great, but why do you do that? And by the way, not just USANA products, right? He has some supplements from some other companies. He said, but I set them up all on auto order. And I think his reasoning was great. He said, because I know I need to take them, I know I need them to take them daily. And if I don't stay religious with it, like if I don't stay compliant and take it, I know I'm going to end up with a cabinet, a pantry full of products, and I don't want to waste my money. You know what I'm saying? So for him, it was like, a lot of us think, oh, I don't want too much stuff. His was the exact opposite. I don't want too much stuff. That's why I'm going to get on auto order, so that I force myself to stay compliant, because I know I need them every single day. That's the reality. If you're wanting good results, commit to these products, at least for 3 months, ideally 6 months, and then really probably for life. An auto order is a great way to do that. Now, the third reason, right, everybody can relate to, it's our pocketbook, isn't it, right? The second reason, or the third reason, oops, I just smudged that, is savings. You're going to save money with USANA's auto order program. So not only did I say that it's not going to cost you anything to enroll in USANA's auto order, there are really 3 major ways where you're going to save. The first is you're going to save an additional 10% off USANA's preferred pricing. So as a preferred customer, if you're not on auto order, you still get to save 10% off retail. USANA loves its customers. USANA wants to reward and incentivize its customers. So assuming you're set up as a preferred customer, you're at least getting the preferred price, which helps you save off retail. But if you get products on a monthly basis, you'll actually save an additional 10%. So why not if there's no risk, right? That's 20% off retail. Why not save a little bit of money? The second thing, and this is a benefit that a lot of people may not know about or at least not understand, is you get to take advantage of what's called the initial order reward. And here's how that works. Now, some of you may be past this point, but if you're watching this video, hopefully it's because you're on the front end. You just became a customer. Thank you. We appreciate your business. The initial order reward works this way. Your very first order that you've ever placed with USANA when you signed up either as an associate or as a customer is called your initial order, right? And your initial order was whatever it was. Maybe you got a couple health packs. Maybe you enrolled as an associate with one of our discount packs. Let's just assume for simplicity of numbers that your initial order was $200. So you got a bunch of vitamins, supplements, some foods, $200, right? Beautiful. Now here's what happens. You're going to get on auto order because you want to keep using the products, and provided you're on auto order, here's what happens at the end of your first month. The first time your auto order kicks in and you are going to repurchase those products, 2 things happen. First, you save that 10%, right? So let's assume, for example, that on an ongoing basis, your initial order, you wanted a bunch of stuff. On an ongoing basis, maybe you only want $100 worth of product every single month. That's great. But here's what happens. Because it's on auto order, you save an additional 10% just because you're on auto order. So immediately you save $10, right? But here's what happens. USANA takes an additional 10% of that initial order. So what's 10% of that? 10% of that is $20. And it splits it up as a savings, an additional savings on your first 2 auto orders. Make sense? So they take that $20, which is 10%, that's the initial order reward. They take that $20, 10% of that initial order, and they split it up. So you're going to save an additional $10 off that next month's order. Make sense? So if it was originally going to be $100, you'll save 10 because you're on auto order. You'll save an additional 10 because of that initial order bonus. So actually, your next order is only going to be $80. And then what happens on your next auto order? Same thing. Let's say you are also going to order $100 worth of stuff. Again, you save 10% because you're on auto order, but you still get that second half, like that second part of that initial order reward. So you get another $10 off. So that next auto order is also only going to be $80 instead of $100. USANA is incentivizing you to stay compliant, to use the products, because USANA knows that if you will use the products for at least 3 months, right? Your initial order lasts you through the first month, then you place that next auto order, lasts you through the second month, then you place that next auto order. Now you've used the products for 3 months, you're going to have results. And USANA knows that if you have results, you're going to stay on the products long term. And we want that for you as well as customers of Thrive Team. So I hope that makes sense. And the final thing, though, is convenience, right? It's at the end of the day, it's part monetary and part time. These products are shipped straight to your doorstep. That's the value of auto order. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to hop on your computer. You don't have to spend time to keep placing orders month after month after month. Just set up that auto order. And you don't have to drive to the grocery store or the vitamin shop or the local, GNC or whatever to get your products. They come straight to your doorstep. So you're saving gas money, you're saving time, not even having to deal with it. And so it's a great added savings as part of the auto order program. So if you're a preferred customer, I hope you understand the value, obviously no risk, compliance, stay on these products long term. We always say twice a day, every day for life. Auto order is a great way to do that, to get the results you're shooting for. And of course, savings. I hope you understand the initial order reward a little bit better. And especially, if you're within those first couple of months of your initial order, you can still take advantage of that initial order reward. So get with the person who introduced you to USANA, the person who sponsored you in and signed you up as a customer, and they can help set that up. Now, for the rest of you guys, if you're an associate, I want to talk about the fourth value of the auto order program, and it is absolutely crucial, and it is this. Auto order equals freedom. Auto order equals freedom. Let me actually write that. Auto order is your freedom number. Guys, that is your residual income. People always talk about, residual income, and in this type of business, the ability to earn money, whether you're working or not, once you build that customer base. Well, how does that happen? How do you actually have recurring income? How do you have residual income? Well, it's because your customers are ordering on a regular basis. And if you're not setting them up on auto order, they're not using the products on a regular basis. Yeah, they might hop on during the week and randomly place an order, which is great. So you might have some kind of recurring income that just kind of happens throughout the week. But I'm talking about your Monday morning paycheck. Every Sunday, as you know, every weekend, USANA is processing somebody's credit cards for their auto order. And you want to wake up on Monday morning and log into the hub and look at your paycheck and see what it is like at worst. Oh my gosh, look, I just woke up and at worst this week I have a $500 paycheck. And then it might grow over the course of the week as you're doing business and people in your team are doing business and maybe you get some new customers and that paycheck might grow. But that Monday morning paycheck is based almost entirely on auto orders, plus any carryover volume from the previous week, right? And so that's your freedom number, guys. That's the situation where a few weeks from now, months from now, years from now, however long it takes to build your business, you wake up one morning, you log in and say, oh, look, I have a $2,000 check already waiting for me this week, a $3,000 check, a $4,000 check. Now all of a sudden you have choice. Do I want to work this week? Do I want to go play golf this week? Do I want to go volunteer my time in some orphanage this week? Do I want to go on vacation with my family this week? Guys, auto order is your freedom number. And what's great about USANA is it's built in inherently into USANA's compensation plan, of course, because we need to be meeting that personal sales volume requirement on a monthly basis to stay commission eligible. So all of your all of your associates will have that same responsibility. And the easiest way to stay commission eligible is to get on auto order yourself. Right? So built in, you're going to have some residual income as you build your team, but it's also why it's so important that we train our team and teach our team how to establish the value and the importance of auto order for all of the reasons we just talked about. And it's not a hard sell. Guys, it's a no-brainer. It's almost like literally, why wouldn't you do it? I mean, why wouldn't you? If there's no risk, if it's going to help you get better results, and the reason you're taking the products is because you want to get healthier anyway, if you're going to be able to save money and there's no downside long-term obligation or risk, why wouldn't you do it? Part of it's education. Your customers just don't know, right? So send them this video or send them an email with kind of a summary of these points. Do whatever it takes to make sure that your customers get on auto order, and obviously your associates as well, because auto order equals freedom. That is your residual income. So I hope this video has been empowering to you. Certainly if you're a customer and you've watched this far and you're interested in possibly sharing these products with some people that impacting their lives in a positive way with products that can forever change their health just as they have for you, and you actually kind of like this idea of possibly earning a residual income, get with the person who invited you to hear about USANA, certainly, and and they can tell you more about that. If you haven't yet set up an auto order, it's very easy. You can sign in either to your preferred customer account or your associate account. You have your personal back-end access with your ID and password, and you can just create an auto order. Or you can always call USANA customer service, 801-954-7200, and they can help you set up your auto order as well. And if you forget your number, if you forget your ID, your password, and you're watching this and maybe you don't know who sponsored you, who signed you up as a customer, email me, info@thrive-team.com, and I'll look into it and I'll try to help you as well, because I want everybody to be using these products twice a day, every day, for life, because we want to empower you to thrive.